Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate you all. So, in today's video,
Well, already the crops are rotting in the fields in California. In Kern County, California, the largest agricultural county in the largest agricultural state in the country, immigrants are terrified to go to work since a series of Border Patrol raids have been going around and rounding up anyone even remotely suspected of being a farm worker, meaning anyone who looks Hispanic. By the way, in a county that is 56% Hispanic. This is the county that grows all of our fruits, all of our grapes for wine, nuts, almonds for almond milk, you name it. And there is no one to work the fields, and immigrants are now staying home, leaving the fields to go untended. If you thought food was too expensive, wait until you realize who grows our food. What on earth is wrong with Republicans? They're saying that 75% of immigrants have been staying home since these raids, terrified to go to work growing the food that we eat.
Hey, white people, I heard them orange fields was open for y'all to go work now. They took all y'all's jobs, now they gone. Y'all jobs is wide open now. You about to go pick an orange? Somebody said you can't even last in the sun. Ooh. What kind of spirituals y'all about to sing? All them jobs is wide open for you, baby. Go get them. Y'all about to go clean them hotels. Y'all about to do all types of stuff. They get paid by the pound. Y'all gonna need unions, AC breaks, 15 minutes. Y'all gonna cook in that motherfucking sun. This what y'all voted for. This what y'all voted for. Oh, they was taking all the jobs. You should be rolling in the dough right now. All them jobs is open. All of them. Go get them. Go get them in the sun. I want to see y'all. I want to drive by in my shit and see y'all in the fucking field picking oranges. That's what the fuck I want to see.
That's what I get. Fucking immigration tries to show up, everybody leaves. Not a soul in here. Everybody's out. Fuck, man.
Hey, if you're for mass deportations, there's really only one topic you should be contributing to the conversation, and it's how do we help fill the gap right now? Because those jobs that you've been complaining the migrants have been taking, baby, they're open. About 60% of the workforce in farms, factories, construction sites, wide open. You know why they're open? Because these workers are scared. You know why most of them are scared? And it's not because they're criminals, but because they have spent every single minute of their life in this country living in fear. Really quick story. So my family and I immigrated here, and when we were little, my brother and I were playing at the Ross store, and for a quick second we couldn't find my dad. So we were rushing around looking for him, and we saw the exit door. We thought he might have been outside. So we opened the door. Little did we know that was an emergency door. So the emergency alarm started blaring. Dad rushed over, fear in his eyes, grabbed us both by the arms, rushed us out of the store as he profusely apologized to everybody. When we got into the car, he gave us a lesson I will never forget, and it's that as immigrants, we cannot make a single mistake. Every single step we take needs to be so calculated so we do not end up on anyone's radar. So even without doing a single thing wrong, a single crime committed, I understand the fear that immigrants live in. But back to the point at hand, go on. There's no better opportunity than right now. Either take yourself or round up everyone who's been complaining about the migrants taking their job and give them the good news. To give you a really high level reminder of how supply and demand works. When the workforce is reduced, production is reduced. Production is reduced, supply is reduced. When supply is reduced, but demand stays the same, guess what? Costs go up, and we don't want that because I know a lot of you voted on grocery prices alone. Don't you want to be part of the solution? Don't you want to make America great again? Oh, and make sure you recruit as loudly and proudly as you were when you complained about the migrants. But you're not going to do that, are you? No, because being part of the solution takes time and effort. And don't come at me about how ridiculous this sounds and how farm work is below you, because then you'd be admitting that they were never taking your jobs in the first place. You'd be admitting that you'd rather harp on the people below you, blaming them for why you're unemployed, why you're struggling, how their mere presence alone in your country is pulling you down. You'd rather do that than admit it's actually the billionaires and corporations above you. Because here's the thing, if they can keep you looking down, they can keep you from seeing the glass ceiling they're building right over your head.
Go President Trump! That was the best Fox News broadcast ever. It is about time a president stepped up and eliminated federal aid so all these freeloaders on welfare can't live off the federal government's dime any longer. Oh, I'm late for work. Hey, Karen, thank you so much for your advice on those reports. They came out great. Oh, and did you hear the news? Donald Trump ended federal aid this morning. You're welcome. And yeah, I heard. So why the glum face? Girl, this is what we voted for. This is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Girl, you guess? President Trump all the way, remember? Look, I voted for Donald Trump because they said that Project 2025 wasn't a real thing. And as it turns out, it's absolutely real. And my family is going to be incredibly affected by this federal aid cut. Girl, stop being so dramatic. And what do you mean your family is going to be affected? My family is going to be greatly affected if Trump ends federal aid. I mean, do you even remember last year when I was finally able to get my grandmother into a decent assisted living facility and was able to quit one of my 4 jobs? Yeah, I remember that. I was really happy for you, but what does that have to do with this? Well, I was only able to do that because I found a grant through federal aid, which is helping me to pay for it. Wait, federal aid helps with nursing homes? Oh, our break's over. We gotta go. Becky, the accounting on the Rogers account came out spot on, right down to the dime. You did really great work. Oh, and did you hear? Donald Trump ended federal aid. Thank you. I worked super hard on it. And yes, I heard about Donald Trump cutting federal aid. Whoa, why so glum? I thought you and I were twin Trump supporters. It's just my son, whose superpower is autism, lives in a group home and attends the Autism Resource Center nearly every day, both of which are funded with the help of federal aid. I don't know how I'm going to pay for all of that if Donald Trump really ends federal aid. Wait, federal aid helps people with autism? Federal aid helps with all disabilities, not just autism. Anyway, I thought they said that the Democrats were lying, that they weren't really going to do any of this. Oh, Holly, come in my office. Did you hear? Donald Trump is ending federal aid. Oh, hey, yeah, I had heard about that. Isn't it freaking awesome? No, not for me and my family, it's not. You see, 3 years ago when Chris passed away, it was really hard to keep up with the bills, and unfortunately, me and the kids became homeless and were living out of a car in the Walmart parking lot. It was just recently that we got approved for Section 8 housing and got into the apartment that we live in now. I don't know what would have happened had we not gotten federal aid help. I don't know what we're gonna do. I can't keep us alive without federal aid. And if Donald Trump shuts it all down, my kids are gonna wind up in foster care. Hey, look, I'm real sorry. I didn't know that federal aid helped with housing. I really hope that everything turns out all right for you and your family. What have we done?
I get the question all the time, why don't I hire Americans? Why do we bring H-2A workers to work on our farm here in Idaho and in Oregon? The simple answer is we can't get the workers. But how do we make sure that we're not taking jobs from American citizens? What is it we do to protect those people? And what is the net cost to us as farmers when we're done? So first of all, we have to run radio ads. We have to put print ads. We have to let people know the jobs that we have available, because we have to make sure that the folks that we bring from Mexico aren't taking a job from American. But you know what? No American ever calls. No American ever shows up. When we bring H-2A workers, it actually costs us more, probably 20 to 25% more. It's a penalty that we have to pay. They call it AWAR, Adverse Effect Wage Rate, okay? The AWAR means that we have to pay a 20% tariff or penalty for bringing people from outside of the country because they don't want us to do that. So if you see a farmer using ag workers, H-2A workers, just know that they're paying a penalty for doing so. A penalty to such a degree that they would be more than happy to have American workers if they could get them. That's why we are so grateful for the guys that are willing to come and do the work here on the farm. We can't do this without them. And we can't do this with people in our local communities a lot of the time because when we ask, they don't come. So we're extremely grateful, always, for the effort and the time and the willingness for our H-2A workers and what they do on our farm.
I have a question for the U.S. government and everybody that it's okay with this mass deportation. When we no longer have anybody to work on the fields, who are you expecting to step in and go pick fruits and vegetables from fields? Because it doesn't matter how much you try to erase history. It doesn't matter how much you try to take it out of schools. It happened. So my question goes, who do you think or who do you want to step in and pick on a field? At least one thing is clear. If we didn't know before or we knew, we chose not to put much attention in that area. One thing is clear now. The immigrants are the ones that do these agricultural jobs the most. And it's also clear that Americans don't want the job. So when all these immigrants that have refused to go to work because of fear of being deported by ICE, when they all get rounded up and they all go back to their countries, what is going to be the effect on the agricultural sector? Because now it's looking like, oh yeah, there's still food in the economy. People are still finding it easy to eat. You can easily go to the grocery store and get some things to eat. By the time it starts getting obvious that there is no more agricultural produce, because and these immigrants also, I don't blame them because they have spent their time, their energy, their resources, and even the fear of being rounded up by ICE will not make them leave their homes. Because I just wonder how they are going to even survive staying indoors. Because eventually, the supplies that they have will run out. They will run out of food themselves. And one way or the other, they will have to step out to get food. They will have to step out to get supplies. So I'm just imagining how they are going to survive. If to say, okay, they have supplies that will last them a month. After a month of hiding, what next? Not to even talk of the effects, because some farmers are already complaining of, some employers are already complaining of rotting farm produce and the rest of that. So losses are beginning to happen, guys. Agricultural produce are beginning to, get spoiled, rotting, and all of that. Even the immigrants themselves, there's no peace of mind anymore. When they sleep with one of their eyes closed, the other eyes open. But I don't even know what to think, guys. It's crazy on both sides, and it's really heartbreaking. And then also, when you want to pity them, then you also think that okay, maybe they're even, one of the people that that is making this thing happen to them. So then again, you're not even sure of how to feel. But anyway, guys, it is what it is, right? I just really hope they find fulfillment and whatever it is that happens to them, I pray they're alright at the end of the day. I really hope so. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What impact do you think this is going to have both on the economy, on agricultural produce, on the farmers, on the employers themselves, and also on the immigrants? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I can't wait to hear from you. And thank you for listening as always. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to stay safe. Ciao.